Hey guys, Buffin Gaming back, bringing you another video for our weapon conversion series, and today we are covering the very last conversion for the Holger-26, which is going to be the G36 in real life. That's going to be the MG36 is the conversion we're doing. So I'm going to show you how to build this the best that I've done it so far in game, and I'm also going to show you the recoil patterns we're going to go over, and then we're going to see how it handles in game and see how it holds up versus other variants of the Holger-26 or the G36. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So when I back out here, you'll see my final design here. So first off, what I'm going to do is back out to the Armory, and we're going to take a look at the other G36 builds that I currently have that we've gone over in previous videos. So if I go to my LMGs, because the Holger-26 is a LMG in the game. So we have our base G36 assault rifle that we built. And I'll link these videos down below so you guys can find them. So we have the base G36 assault rifle. We also have the G36C, which is the compact, and then we also have the G36 KA4 variant that we built. So today we're going to cover the final variant, which is the MG36. Let's go ahead and get right back to that. So if I edit my loadouts here, I go to my G36. So the Holger-26 obviously is actually based off of the MG36. Now this is the machine gun or the Squad Automatic Weapon variant of the G36, which is the German assault rifle designed and put in service in 1997 through present currently. So the MG36 is just a Squad Automatic Weapon variant of that particular assault rifle. So here you can see our final design. So let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and strip this down, and we'll start with our base. So still at base it is an MG36, but we can improve this a little bit, and there's some interesting details we'll talk about here. So for the muzzle, what I'm doing for this is I'm going to throw on a muzzle brake. I found this works best in multiplayer, and this works to redirect the gas upwards. So essentially it's going to give you stabilized control over your weapon while sustained fire. So it's sustained automatic fire. It's going to help with our recoil stabilization. The con is going to be the ADS speed and the aim stability. But the thing with this being a machine gun is, especially because we have that 100 round CMAG on this weapon, we're going to be doing sustained fire. That's what a Squad Automatic Weapon is built for, is sustained automatic fire. So we want to be able to mitigate that muzzle climb and control our shots as best we can. So I'm going to go ahead and do the muzzle brake for that, and we're going to complement that later with another attachment. So next up, the barrel. So the barrel choices we have here are the XRK Ultralight and also the FTAC. So the FTAC is what we use for the G36C, and the XRK Ultralight is what we use for the G36 KA4. So the base barrel is going to be what we're going to use for the MG36, and that's going to be the same barrel we use for the G36, which is that length of 18.9 inches or 480 millimeters. So we're going to go ahead and stay with the same base barrel. We're also going to skip out on the laser, and for the optic, what we're going to do for this one, we have two integral optics as we covered before with these videos for this particular weapon. We have the FSS integral reflex sight, and we also have the final one, which is the Solo Zero K4 98 4x integral sight. So these sights both really based off of the integral sight that came with the G36s and the G36A2s was the Zeiss RXA reflex red dot sight. So the particular one here that we're going to select is the Solo Zero K4 98 4x integral sight. And this one is really more so based off of the dual combat sighting system, the ZF 3x4, which was used on the A1 variant of the G36. There's a more modernized variant found later on the, I believe, the A2s through the A4s. So correct me if I'm wrong there, but we're going to go ahead and use this one. This is going to help with our zoom level, and obviously the con being our aim down sight speed. But that 4x magnification actually really does work well with this particular weapon. Now for the stock, I'm going to go ahead and use the FSS Ranger stock. This is going to be a heavy-duty stock that keeps our aim steady for precision shots. So this is obviously going to help with our aiming stability, the con being the aim walking movement speed. So we'll go ahead and select that one. Since we are doing an MG36 machine gun variant here with a Squad Automatic Weapon, that's going to definitely assist us. Now for the perk, we're going to go ahead and skip out on that. Again, this is really personal preference if you wanted something on here. The only perk I ever used on this weapon was Mo Money when I was leveling it up to max in multiplayer, but I don't find any benefit for any of the perks on this particular weapon. I'm someone that opts more for attachments. So for the rear grip, I'm actually going to select the granulated grip tape. So this one is going to be Pro is going to be our aiming stability and our aim walking steadiness. The only con here being the aim walking movement speed, which we can afford to lose considering this is a squad automatic weapon. We can accept that. So this, again, more so personal preference. You can go with the rubberized grip or the stipple grip. I personally find that the granulated grip tape helps me control my shots better and get on target and keep sustained fire on target. So we'll go ahead and select that. Ammunition. The only other option is the 30-round mags, which we used on all the other variants. So for this one, MG36, we want that 100-round C mag, which comes base with the weapon. So we'll leave that. And then for the underbarrel, oddly enough, you can see here the base barrel has the bipod built into it, which is the standard MG36 barrel. Unfortunately, we just don't have a bipod attachment, which is odd seeing that this is a light machine gun in real life and in the game. So the fact that it is in the light machine gun category and we don't have a bipod for it is kind of strange. But regardless, I find that the Ranger foregrip is going to be the best option here, and this is also going to complement our muzzle brake. So when we were playing with this and multiplayer in the streams back a while back when it came out and we were leveling it up, I was leveling it up with the community. We're doing the live stream. So we found that the Ranger foregrip and the muzzle brake combination really help control this weapon and sustain automatic fire. So the pros here being recoil control and aiming stability. The cons being aim walking movement speed and aim down sight speed, which we can accept. So this is our final design for the MG36, which is the squad automatic weapon variant of the G36. So again, I'll leave all the other links down below for the other builds that we did where we go into a lot of detail. The weapon itself, you can see, has a different type of carrying handle versus what we see on some of the models in real life. We have Picatinny rails on three sides on the barrel. We have the top, bottom, and then also on the right-hand side here we have a Picatinny rail also, which I believe I'm not sure what that's for. The laser, I believe, goes on the top of the rifle. Yeah, so the laser go on top. So the Picatinny rail on the right-hand side is really just for show. And you have ambidextrous charging handle. You can see there under the carrying handle that charging handle is ambidextrous, so that'll go left or right. And then we also have the ejection port on the right-hand side there. And then we have ambidextrous safeties and select fire switches as well on both left and right. So this is our MG36, which is the squad automatic weapon variant of the G36 assault rifle, a German assault rifle. So let's go ahead now. We'll get in game, check out the recoil patterns, and then we're going to go ahead and get in game and see how it handles in a real game against bots. Okay, now that we are in game with our MG36, what we're going to do is check out the recoil pattern for this. So first off, you can see with that 4x integral sight we have on this weapon, just standard, and you can see part of the C-mag there on the left-hand side of the weapon. It just looks aesthetically very pleasing, right? So you can see that the sights on our integral sight here for the 4x are very nice and clean, very easy to get shots on target. So let's go ahead now. I'm going to just let this rip, and we'll check out the recoil pattern when I'm not controlling it. Okay, so obviously we're not going to fire off the whole 100-round C-mag, but you can see we're going vertical, then we're cutting up and to the right pretty heavily. So almost 90-degree switch there. So now let's go ahead and try and control it the best we can. So you can see there we're a little bit horizontal side to side, so we're able to control it decently well. These are still mostly center mass shots, keeping that in mind. So we have 13 shots here left. Let's see what we can do with these. Let's reload that. So now this time what we're going to do is try and get this on target the best we can. Basically fire it in a little bit of burst, that way we don't go crazy with the recoil. So you can see right there, basically firing like 10-shot bursts. So I'm able to keep that pretty tight, these ones here. That is our MG36 recoil patterns. Now let's go ahead and get in game and see how it handles in game against bots. Okay, now that we're in game with our German MG36, the squad automatic weapon variant of the G36 assault rifle. So let's go ahead now and see how it performs in game. And again, we have that 4x integral sight on this.
Enemy at the crossroads. Drop Dropped one.
And we are playing realism. I've been playing a lot of realism lately. I prefer this more than anything in the game, any mode. Headshots are one-shot kill, which is a good thing to keep in mind. Also, I just noticed in this mode online, you find like a lot less campers. Everyone seems to move a little bit more because there's no minimap on. So it seems like the gameplay is more so what we're used to. A lot less camping. And again, those headshots are one-shot kill, which is always nice. Oop. Also here I'm running my heat cycle MP5 blueprint for a secondary, so if you guys are interested in this one, go ahead and check out the video for that I have on the channel as well. Let's see here. So this is a good spot like on Crash with this one. Obviously being a machine gun, we can mount this bad boy and just rain fire down at that building if we wanted to. And if you really wanted, you could put FMJ on this and penetrate that wall. Let's see here.
Enemy down.
This is Jaguar.
Cluster strike is going for launch.
So let me know what you guys think of the G36, and particularly the MG36. Again, this is the fourth and final build that we've made of this particular weapon so far in game. The last one that we haven't quite been able to do is the SL8, which would be the sniper rifle variant of the G36. That unfortunately we would basically need a brand new blueprint for the most part, or some different attachments to make, because cosmetically it looks very different than your standard G36. So that's one thing. So now the MG36 or the G36, there was a MG36 and then an MG36E, which stands for export. So that was basically a build that was obviously just made specifically for export. And one thing you'll notice on the receiver of the MG36Es is that it would have in real life MG36E. Just a little nice note there for that. Climb back up here, see if we can get some shots down range here. So some information on the MG36. Obviously, let's see, the G36 itself and the MG36 variants came into service in 1997 through present. So the MG36 and the MG36E, unfortunately, are no longer offered by HK. And obviously, the G36 itself is scheduled to be phased out of service due to the issues with the overheating barrel. With sustained automatic fire has been an issue that's been acknowledged by HK. So more than likely, it's going to be replaced by the HK433 here in the next year or two, most likely, depending on what their time is to phase that out. But let's see here. You can see overall the weapon is very accurate. We're able to get shots right on target. And honestly, this 4x integral, oh god, integral sight just helps out a lot. And you don't really have too much recoil on it, which is pretty surprising. Let's see if we can. And obviously we have our heat cycle blueprint there. Oh boy. So the MG36 is used by 40 plus countries, and again, anything that goes outside of Germany would be technically defined as an E variant or an export variant. These are used in multiple wars: Kosovo, Afghanistan, Iraq. Oh, that's friendly. Now just some stats on the MG36 itself. Again, it shares that same barrel length of the 18.9 inches with the G36, G36V, which is again just basically a G36 export. It used to be called the G36E, but they changed it to V. MG36 and MG36E. So they all have that 480 millimeter barrel or that 18.9 inch barrel. There we go. You can see how accurate this is even at range. Even without mounting or the ability to equip the bipod on this, the accuracy at range is very accurate. I think that 4x integral sight definitely assists with that. If you were to put something like a red dot or a holographic on there, I notice the recoil can be a bit more difficult to control depending. Oh, now obviously the good thing there about the 100 round CMAG right there, I would be able to keep sustained fire and suppress my target for the most part and eventually get that kill. Oh, we're out of ammo on both weapons. There we go.
I'm reloading.
Oh no. So, again, more information on the MG36. Barrel length, as I said, 18.9 inches or 480 millimeters. The height of the MG36 is going to be 12.6 inches, including the carrying handles iron sights, or the integral sights there. The muzzle velocity for the MG36 is the same as the G36, and the G36V is going to be 2,788 feet per second. There we go, clear there. Oh. Oh boy. Now the effective firing range, 800 meters or 870 yards. Wow, dropped him. There we go. Oh no. And the maximum firing range is 2,860 meters or 3,130 yards is the maximum firing range on all G36 variants. The feed system, again, we covered is the 30-round detachable box mag or the 100-round C mag like we see here with the MG36 itself. And then the sights, see if we can get that. Now we don't have, that's a negative right there, is that we don't have that FMJ on for bullet penetration, which may be the only perk that you would find use with a machine gun like this, because you're able to keep sustained automatic fire. And that's also where the muzzle brake and the Ranger foregrip come into play. They're able to keep control over that recoil. Oh, jeez. Oh boy. So now the sights in real life, reflex sight 1 times. Oh my god. Where's this guy? Here we go. Ugh. So the reflex 1 time or the 3 times magnification we saw here, the 4 times integral. So let me know what you guys think of this weapon. This is the MG36. And let me know what you think of this. Have you used it online? Are you a fan of this? If you're liking the content, be sure to subscribe to the channel and like the video. And until next time, Buffner Gaming. Out.